hips in front of your pelvis. We want you to be able to kind of like sit your seat in like this, push her in front of you. And so this leg will also help, like, allow her to come in front of you by opening the hips a little bit more. Okay, so that's a good thought on that. And then also, a horse that sucks back, you always got to check the rider and to make sure, hi, pretty. How old is she again, 9?
She's 8 or 9, yeah. She's going to be 9 this May.
And then again, with a horse that sucks back, you want to make sure, again, all your energy is helping her come forward. So you want to make sure that there's not too much of a hollow through your back here, which is why, it's great that you're doing lunge line lessons. I teach a lot of those. That's fantastic. But you want to make sure that, you're focusing on where your seat bones, where your seat bones are facing. So what happens if we have like an arched back and we're having a little hollow through here, what happens is, if I have like my 2 seat bones, like 2, I always call them spades, like in the garden spade. I don't know why I picked this, but they're shaped like this. Because they can like scoop sometimes for the canter, so I kind of have that image in my mind. So we got 2 of these spades here, one right, one left. And if our back is hollow, look where our spades are pointing. Exactly. And so you want, and then that horse is going to step where those are pointing. So you can also imagine like they're like 2 little flashlights, like those little mini flashlights. That the horse's hind legs are going to step into that little spotlight depending on where they shine. So you want to make sure that they shine a little bit more towards the 2 front feet, a little bit. So that the hind legs can then feel totally, comfortable to sort of come under. Because if you're arching your back, she's going to be arching her back. So you want to make sure that your lower abdominal muscles are engaged so that you can kind of like tilt the pelvis this way, which is going to soften your lower back, which will soften her lower back. And as you tip your pelvis under, hers will tip under also. So you make it sort of sympathetic for her to come under with the hind legs. Good.
I have a tendency when as I roll my shoulders like this.
Right.
I don't want to go
Yeah.
like that.
That's
Oh, we're leaving.
we're done talking.
Oh.
You're fine. Good. And make sure you really, as you stretch up, you want to be able to sink down the back of your seat so that you can stay really, like if you think about like, okay, she's spooked. So that's a little bit like, like a cutting horse. Like all of a sudden it's like, woo, it's facing a different way. Right. And if they were like over like this, their center of gravity is too far forward. Right. So they would, topple off the shoulder as fast as those quarter horses move. Right. So you want to be able to like really open yourself up, sit down into the back of your seat so that if she like darts right or darts left, you're like, she kind of controls you like back here. Instead of being like, oops, you can do something, sit up, open yourself up, sit down the back of your seat. And allow her, the freedom to like keep going forward without having you come forward. Good. Go ahead and walk a little bit. 2 cute boys over there in that pasture. Is it better when I'm closer to it? Okay.
I think so.
Good. So staying on this circle, I want you to steady up your hands just a little bit with the thumbs up. Good. Your right reine's a little twisted. So make sure that guy's nice and straight. Good. And now as you're walking, I want you to really focus on the swing of your pelvis. So as you walk, your shoulder blades are flat and your shoulders are relaxed down. So you can even allow your upper body weight to come down into your seat and actually down into your ankles. Take it so far that everything, very good, everything like from your head, your shoulder blades, everything sets your seat deeper into the saddle And that actually then doesn't stop there. That goes then deeper through your knee down into your ankle. Good, and sitting. And if she has a tendency, sucking back is the small version of rearing. Every little suck back is a little mini rear. It's just kind of like, when does it get to the point where she actually starts to come up off her forelegs? So you want to make sure that she doesn't get much of a chance to suck back by keeping your body in a sympathetic place to keep driving her forward. Good. So you always want to feel that there's more horse underneath and in front of you than there is underneath and behind you. Good. Shoulder blades flat. Good. Doesn't matter. Little left leg. Good. Left leg. Good. Feel the timing of the hind legs. Tell me when the inside hind leg's coming under.
Yeah.
Very good. And I want you to feel a little more left seat. Left leg. Left seat. Left seat. Left shoulder back. Left seat. Left seat. Good. Right rein steady. Right knee on to support her through the right shoulder. Good. Left seat. Left seat. Left leg. Good. Get her a little more attention. Keep your right leg on too. Sit back. There's a little arch in your back coming. Good. Good. And rising trot. And with a nervous horse, I kind of let them start however they want to start. The horses that need a couple minutes to sort of loosen up, I always just sort of, organize them, but I don't demand that they change right away. So keep those knees closer. When she starts to speed, I want you to close your knees. Half out, knees closed, knees closed. And it has to be done careful not to just grip them on her side. I want it to actually be like an aid. Yes, like that. Good. So you can get her, the more you can get this horse to listen to your body, the more relaxed and the better she'll become. So thinking about those same knee that we had in the 2-point position that we had at the halt, I want you to think about, if the beat of the trot is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, I want you to be able to half halt on the 2. Okay, and it's always better to do a lot of little half halts than like one big strong one. So you might, if she's kind of a nervous Nellie and tends to not pay attention and is always looking around for the next thing to spook at, you need to work on getting her attention more. Her focus and her relaxation is a big issue. So with that, you want to be able to keep those knees, your knees, sort of on call, in case you need to half out, knees closed, half out, half out, half out, half out. Good. So you're going to constantly have a conversation with her that you can drive her a little bit with your lower leg and then sort of manage that energy that you've created with those knees. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that she's constantly on your agenda and that you're constantly knowing where she's thinking so you can prevent then any, unnecessary spooks that she might, want to do. Good. Keep the left or keep the right leg on also. Good. And pet her on the left side. Good. And a little more forward as she stretches a little bit. Add a little bit more leg. So you're going to put yourself, you're going to be, head of the committee of rhythm. And as you control her rhythm, you're going to start to control her mind and, her tension. Good. And pet her again on the left side. Very good. Good. And legs, legs, legs. Now make sure that even though she's tense, that she doesn't train you to ride with your legs off of her. Good. Left leg on. Good. And the right elbow. Left leg. Get her attention. Left leg. Left leg. Be patient. Good. Right leg on too, so she doesn't come out the right side. Good. Good. And change direction. Let's see the same thing to the right. Breathing, exhaling down into your ankles. Good. Changing your posting diagonal when you want to go in the new. Good. Good. Legs underneath you so you can stay totally balanced. Remember, if we took that horse out from underneath you, you should be able to stay standing very balanced. Good. Good. And tighter. Very good. And now a little more forward. Not enough that we start to make her tense, but that we start to ask for a little bit more activity in the hind legs. Good. A little more legs. Both legs now. Good. Very good. And a horse that spooks a lot, it's very good to be able to train them that you can adjust their top line a lot. You can sometimes make her go a little bit deeper with her neck, which means she comes higher in her back. And that's going to keep her, we say she should be counting the little pieces of, stones in the arena. That she shouldn't be busy looking into the trees for the next, forest monkey, but she should be, down counting the little pebbles in the sand. Good, and pet her. Good, and she has to feel like you don't pull her there, but that she wants to be able to go there because it feels better for her body to be relaxed. Good. Good, and now a little slower, practicing the half halt with the knees. Half halt, half halt. Good. Yes, that's great.
I didn't want her to do that.
But she listened to you.
Yeah.
It was an accident, but she did it because she listened so well. That's a good problem to have. And you have to make sure in that situation that you don't kick her and get God, why don't you go forward? Because you asked her to slow down. And we have to be able to know we have a half up before we really start to drive her forward. Good, change your posting diagonal. Good, now a little more forward. Very good, the top line. Good, keep your fingers closed and the elbows bent. And the hands very steady. Very good. Good, keep the left leg on. Good, now another little mini half up, little half up, not the ring. Just good, and go on. And then re-drive. Good, and again the half halt. Knees closed, think about the 2-point seat. Good, and go on. Very good, a little more drive now. Very good, and again the half halt. Good, half halt, not the reins, not the reins. Good, and half circle right, half circle left. So with the 10th mare, she's going to be very particular about, although we feel like, gosh, I really can control her when I feel when I feel something in the reins. But mares are the best controlled by your seat. Because they get very easily offended, and they take everything very personal, and then you have to be apologizing for, even if you said that their tail wasn't pretty. I mean, they're just affected by everything.
Yeah. Kind of like female people.
Kind of like female
I just
people.
happened to think about that.
Yeah, oh God, I know. I mean, I sometimes make a joke with the husbands of my riders because, training horses, mares do have PMS, and you have to treat them a little bit differently during that week if they're particular about that stuff. Very good. Now a little longer in the reins. Change your posting diagonal. Good. And as you lengthen the reins, this doesn't mean she has to go to the forehand. So you want to make sure that your half halt is still working. Half halt and let go. Good and soft. Yes. And half halt. Knees closed. Knees closed. Good, and give. Good. And then you can feel, you can sort of decrease her energy and then increase her energy. And that's going to be totally up to you. Very good. Good, and half out, knees closed, half out, good, and give. Good, very good, heels down. Very good. And a lot of times mares carry a lot of tension in their backs, and it's good to be able to stretch her like this, even though she is, not long-backed or She's, got a good-sized body. I mean, she's very athletic. But a lot of times, a horse that's even a little bit shorter backed benefits from being stretched out also. I think that's excellent. I think the most benefit for her to be stretched like this is for her mind. Because she gets really, like busy and then like spooky. And and it's going to help your confidence build to say, I have total control over her even when I have her on a long rein. And then you'll just get more and more comfortable with controlling her without the rein. Very good. Because a lot of mares get a lot worse when we're too much in the reins.
Yes.
Very good. Good. And now, next time you're at C, I want to do four loops on a serpentine line.
Should I shorten?
Nope, keep her just like that. And I want to just work on you controlling her with your body. Yeah, and if that kind of sounded like a laugh, like, we're not so good at that. And so then that's perfect that we're going to work on that. Good, and then stay to the right, one circle. Good, and I want you to, as you're trotting around in there, I want you to explain to me how you turn her. How do you change direction without the reins?
With my leg, my feet.
What does each thing do?
My thigh, my leg, and my shoulder.
Which shoulder does what?
This shoulder goes back.
And then what happens? Which leg goes on?
The leg, I put my leg on first.
Which leg goes on?
The inside leg. Or like here, this leg.
The left leg.
Yeah. The direction I want to go, that inside one.
Okay. And walk a little bit. Half out, heels down. Good. So when I turn, very, very basic. I mean, really, at the end of the day, I have both legs on. But when I want to go to the left, I bring my left shoulder back. I weight my left stirrup so that my left seat bone is also weighted. And with my right calf, I push her to the left. So I actually use the other leg. I mean, when I really want a lot of bend, then I start to use my inside leg also. But
Say that again.
so when I want to turn to the left, I bring my left shoulder back, which weights my left seat bone, and I deepen my left stirrup. Then with my right calf, a little bit behind the girth, I bring her whole body over to the left.
So you're pushing with the outside leg?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you're not totally wrong to say, well, my inside leg goes on, because really we do want some amount of bend. But I try and get that amount of bend not so much by pushing her away from my leg, but by just deepening that leg on the inside so that she feels that I'm weighted on my left side, so that the left hind leg will respond to that. But I actually feel like when I go to the left, I want to feel like I can turn her with my outside aids.
Yeah. I've been hearing about that. I just haven't been.
That's so cute. I love that comment. I've been hearing about that. Well, that's a start, so that's good. I'm glad it's not, God, I've never heard of that ever before. That's crazy. So I always tell my students, you want to be able, we're getting ready for your canter pirouette. Whether or not you want to get there, whether or not she can even make it, it's got nothing to do with the system. We don't train any horse differently because, well, you only want to show first level
Right.
test 3.
Right.
Well, then why do we have to worry about that? Well, because all horses should turn that way.
Right.
Because it's based on training a horse to a successful Grand Prix. So you want to be able to feel with your outside aids. If I'm turning left, I weight my left side, my left shoulder comes back, my left side gets heavier. And with my right knee and right calf, and sometimes a little help with the outside rein, I take her to the left with my right aid.
And so what if they fall in?
Then a little bit more inside calf.
Right. Then you're doing probably too much outside?
Exactly. And then it says we're just going to play around with that.
Okay. So is that how you do the circle too?
Yeah. Because there has to be, we always make a joke that we say, how many legs does it take to bend a horse? And the question is 2. You know, the inside leg can sort of, you can imagine that the inside leg is the stationary leg, and it's actually the outside that bends the horse around the inside leg. It's difficult because, yes, the inside leg on a circle has to be more the active leg, but that the outside aids kind of guide the horse around on the circle. So you want to be able to feel, like, just as you ride, I mean, this is a different ring as far as there's not a consistent, like, rail. Like, if we rode along the fence, you know, horses are like, I love the fence.
Right.
You want to have that same feeling that, like, the horse is attached to the rail. You want them attached to your outside leg. You want to feel like you can go like this and turn to the right. You're like that, and you can turn to the right. So I always feel I totally bring my inside shoulder back, but then with my outside aids, I, like, bring them over to the
So do you have it back as far like when you ask for the canter?
Not quite as far, just because I don't want to confuse them with the canter.
Right, okay.
Yeah, and you can also think about
Get used to that now. When she gets used to something, she's all right.
It's fun. It's just when it, like, sneaks out of the way.
Yeah, yeah. She don't like surprises.
That's right. So this leg, down on those heels. Then you can even think about less heel to turner, but more here
Okay.
to turner.
Yeah, she responds to that when I.
So it's a little bit more like calf and lower thigh.
Okay.
I don't like to say knee as much because I hate to get people feeling like, Mom, I got a
They start gripping
raspberry
with
there
their-
because I, like, rubbed it raw. So I like to think about this part as my lower leg calf,
Okay.
and then this part, that same feeling, you can just kind of like turn her as this inside shoulder comes back. This can kind of help her, like, guide her that way.
Okay. And I'm sinking down over here.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, and it's kind of like sink, guide, push,
Okay.
kind of.
Yeah.
All right, let's practice that a little bit. She's like,
Come on.
I'm done now.
What's her breed? She's a thoroughbred.
Really?
What were you thinking?
Her father was an Irish thoroughbred.
Okay, well that explains it.
She has
What
some
were you
real-
thinking?
Percheron cross or Belgian cross.
I was thinking maybe there was a little appy in there.
Huh.
Her father's Irish, so
Okay.
he was an event horse.
Cool.
She looks just like him.
She's got a nice round body.
I like her.
Okay. Good, so now let's do, just at the walk first, let's do a 10-meter serpentine line of 6 loops between quarter line and the quarter line.
Okay.
You can do one more,
Like here?
yep, and then over to the other quarter line, and then back to the other quarter line, yeah. And now the right shoulder and the left aids and the left rein. Oh, did you feel that? Whoa, she turned. Cool. And now back to the left. Right leg, right rein, turner. Good. Good, and then the timing of the hind leg comes in handy now. But now it's not so much, do we want the inside hind leg crossing over the outside, but we actually want to turn from the outside hind leg. So with your left leg. Very good. Good. Yeah, exactly. And now the right hind leg. Right leg. Left shoulder back and right leg. Right elbow. Close it. Super. Good. So you kind of involve her whole body into the turn.
Yeah, it's not like I'm just turning her whole body.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it feels like.
Well, and you can even technically say you're actually turning her from her outside hind leg.
Yeah.
You know, like when you think about, like, how do you, I always compare horses to, like, surfing. Not like I've ever been on a surfboard in my life, but I can imagine. And I say a lot of times with the body balance, I compare that. But also when you want to turn a surfboard, what do? You anchor the back leg, and then you turn your body, you know, you kind of get ready, you anchor one, and then you turn yourself to that way. And then if you want to go, you know, to the right, then you sort of anchor the back leg to get it balanced back, and then you lighten the front and then turn the front end. And that's exactly the same feeling of riding a horse, turning it from the hind legs. Very good.
So she does that.
So let's do that into the sitting trot.
She's a sitting trot.
Yeah, just even if you just make like a little figure eight, I just want to work on bringing her from the outside inward. Good, right leg, right rein, left shoulder back. Yeah, and slow her down a little bit, relax your seat, sit down. Good, left shoulder back, good, right leg, good, right rein too. Good, ooh, there we go. Good, now the right shoulder back, sit on the right seat bone, sit to the right, good, left leg, good. And remember that outside knee also helps press her over to the right. Good, careful. Yeah, that's right, get regrouped, slow her down a little bit, yeah. Good, right shoulder back, left leg, relax your seat. Good, there we go. Relax the seat in there. Good, and now to the left. Right elbow, close it on your side. Right leg. Good.
I think I'm next.
Cece's next. Oh, that's right. She's on Landy out there.
Okay.
Very good. Right shoulder back. Good. Left leg, left elbow. I want you to actually press your own outside elbow into your rib. Turn your left elbow now into your rib cage. With the right shoulder back, left elbow. Yes. Ooh, that was a good turn. Very good. Now right elbow. Yeah, start turning a little bit earlier. Left leg long. Careful, your left hip gets a little bit shorter. Push the left leg down. Good. Left shoulder back. Right elbow, right leg on. There we go. Very good. Right shoulder back, left elbow, left knee, turn her to the right. Then a little bop with the outside calf if she doesn't kind of respond enough. Good, half fall, nice and slow. Good, no flopping elbows. Everything on purpose. Remember, those elbows are attached to your hands, which are attached to the very sensitive metal piece in her soft little mouth. You have to be very careful that there's not any extra conversation going on. Good, there we go. Very good. And now from C here, I want you to take it down in 6 different loops, quarter line to quarter line, in this tempo. Very good, this tempo. Good. Look up. Let the weight of your head fall down the back of your seat. Good. Stay on the quarter lines though, and they gotta be smaller. Now to the left. Right leg, right rein. Turn earlier to the quarter line. Good. Now start turning back to the right. Good. Turn, turn. Very good. Now to the left. Good. That right leg is a little bit slow. Good. Now to the right. Good. And back to the left. Good, right leg, left shoulder back, left leg long. Make sure you're sitting enough into the left. Good, now to the right. Left leg, left leg. Super. Ooh, that was really good. Very good. Super, very good. Good. Feeling that balance between both legs. Super. And canter. Outside like that. Good. Rising trot. Doesn't matter. It was a good opportunity. She was very round. Hands down. Elbows in. Good. And one more attempt at the canter. Sit back, relax. And relax, don't bounce, rising trot. And let's go back to our serpentine line. Good, and relax. Now relax your knees, sit in, elbows bent. Good, and again the serpentine line. And then in the middle, when it feels good, I want you, whenever you feel it feels real good, I want you to go into the canter and then right away make a nice, easy 20-meter circle loop.
And when the outside shoulder is coming forward, we should rise, right? So why was that?
So we're sitting on the inside. Is that what we're doing? Are we sitting on the outside?
Well,
Because when the shoulder comes back is when you sit. Right?
And you rise when the shoulder's going forward.
Going up.
Yeah. So what's happening behind you when that's going
Oh, okay. So you're up. So you're off of that inside leg.
Yes.
I see.
Exactly. Very
Okay.
good. It's amazing. When you really break it down, though, it all makes sense. And it's like, duh. I was like riding like third or fourth level. And I did a half while the horse stopped. And I was like, oh, like major light bulb. I said, a half halt is a halt aid, but then with leg on. And it was like, I'm so stupid, you know, but it was like, it like dementified the half halt for me at that point. And it was just, like I had done a half halt.
I'm glad to know that you didn't know that till you were at third or fourth level.
Yeah, I know. I was like, yeah, I had been riding dressage for like, I was 16, so I was like 7 years riding dressage. And like, I've been doing half halts the whole time, but I never really got it. Like, I never really was like, duh, I'm so stupid. You know, like, it totally made sense. And for, you know, all that time later, it was like, that's what they mean. You know, or you just hear whatever, like, oh yeah, I ride, you're helping. Why we do that with especially young horses, rise for trot, is because we want to make sure we don't block the inside hind leg from coming under, which is why we rise on the outside shoulder. So that's why it's all related. So you want to help swing that inside hind leg further under by getting off the horse's
the back.
Yeah, exactly. So, that's
I
correct.
thought it was just because it was easier to ride.
But I think, you know, when you think about that, that's a great comment because it's like, well, what's really easy? Posting in the first place was difficult to learn. You know, yeah, now we feel that it's wrong, probably because in our mind we're told it's wrong. But if we were told to ride on the other diagonal, we would have thought that was hard too, and now that then was easy, and then the inside one actually felt wrong. You know, it's all about sort of what's supposed to be.
Right. What's in bad?
Exactly. Or just, you know, that's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to ride on that diagonal. So of course the other one should feel wrong. But in the beginning, you don't know which feels either way. Sometimes still not. If you have a horse with a smooth trot, you can post on either leg. Good.
So if I was rising, I'd be going rise, rise,
Exactly.
rise.
Yep.
Okay.
So first I want you to feel lifted and up. You want me to do it first for you?
Okay. I'll do it silently.
Okay, and I'll do it out loud.
Okay.
So it's right leg, now, 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 and trotting, now, right leg, now, rise. See, and then sometimes our body's going to our mind is saying it either way. Oh, great.
Switch your rising.
Okay.
Huh? Switch. Oh.
That's always good.
She thinks we're going to do the C word. That'll be harder than all of this.
Yeah, in German, penmanship, yeah. Oh, backwards joint. And when did you get him? When was his time? Okay. He got you.
When I ride in the school, how do you go?
Okay.
I'll wait. I mean, I'm fine.
Okay.
When I start riding, I'm fine.
actually a little worse. No, I didn't. But he's got another horse. I saw that one on online. And then he's got another young horse too. I thought would be interesting for Leslie.
Thank you so much for letting me
Sorry.
You're little thing down here, huh?
Thank you very much, Joe. I'll talk to you later.
Talking to you. Okay. Good to meet you.
Nice to see you.
How's it coming?
I'm supposed to rise when I say now.
Yes. Now, 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 now. I have a student at home who does the exact same thing. She's like 1 beat after. And it's amazing. This is a good exercise for your mind. To
Yeah.
make sure that when you're saying, I want to do something right now, it is right now and not later. Good now, 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 now. So you keep going on. So you're going to have to memorize what actually feels wrong. Okay? So when you're thinking, I should rise now, wait 1 more beat.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to say now, 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 now. Nope, you have to wait 1 more time. When you think you should go, you need to wait 1 more time. She likes this lesson. Good. Now, 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 now. You want to be going up the stairs. I say now. Now, 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 now. Now, now, now. Sorry, I was getting like mesmerized on my own where it's like, oh, with that leg on my ass. Good. Now, 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 now. Up, 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 up.
There you go.
Good.
Maybe it'd be better if I went 1, 2, 1, 2.
That's okay.
And on.
Let's change direction to the stand a little bit to the left. We'll look your other side of your brain.
Do what?
Change direction.
Oh.
Now we're going to work the other side of your brain. I mean, this sport is complicated.
Yes, it is.
And it takes so much more of everything than any other sport that is out there.
That's what I like about it.
That's what's addicting about it, and it's
Yeah.
just like so exciting.
Well, there's always something to learn.
Exactly. Good, and back to walk. So let's call it now in the walk. Left hand right now.
Now. Now.
Good, and now take it. Keep saying now, and then take it into the trot. Nope, you switched it. Now, 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 and walk. Now, 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 now. Good. Now you take control of that hind leg, and you make just the left hind leg start trotting first. That way you won't lose it. Now, 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 now. That was good. You did a good job aiding that one. And walk. Call it out. Good. A little louder for me.
Now. Now.
Good.
Now.
Look at this. Talking right.
Now.
Helps your breathing. Good. And make that left hand trot.
Watch it. Nope.
You had it. That was very good. Good. I actually find it easier to follow it from the walk into the trot than being in the trot and getting it back. So that was great. You're very good at that part. So that's great. Slow her down. And this is good for her to practice because we're not going to do the canter. So she has to learn how to let you sit the trot and focus on everything else besides the canter. Oops, that's the opposite hind leg. Half ball. Now, 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 now. Good. Don't worry about her. You focus on her hind leg. you switch hind legs.
Oh, I did?
Yep, so you gotta get a little bit more.
I have to be able to feel her back swinging. When she gets all stiff, I can't feel her back swing.
Yeah, and that's why we have to slow her down. So that's sort of like what came first, the chicken or the egg. You know, she came off your egg, but maybe your egg came off her.
Yeah.
So that's either way, focusing on your timing is gonna get better.
Right.
Right elbow. Good girl. Shorten your reins a little bit. Good. Now tell it. Now. Rise. Now. Don't pull. Just let her be doing her own thing. You've got a 50% chance, and only 2 beats. You have a 50% chance of being right. So just take a chance. Something was working over there because she wasn't good. Shout it out loud, let me hear.
Yeah.
Good, very good. You have to stay more rhythmic. If you start perfect, you've got a good feeling for it. Good. So now we're kind of learning a lesson. Good, again. Lots of practice. Excellent. Very good. Yay. I mean, that's huge. I don't know many trainers that still look down. Super. Very good. Landy's happy too. There's been a big release everywhere. One step for riders, giant step for horse riders. Super.
Okay, I get it now.
Good, let's go the other way.
Well, it might be different the other way now. Hey, it's like you're riding two sides of your body, you know?
Isn't it? Well, and really, thinking about like, you got 2 sides of your brain. Not only do we have like all different types of places where memory is, and where habits are, and but that's why most people aren't ambidextrous. Ask how many people out of 100 who can actually write legibly with both their right hand and their left hand. It's probably like 1 or 2 people. And that's why like, I have a lot more respect for like surgeons, where they gotta be able to like, be pretty good with their left hand too. Not that they're gonna do the same incision with their left hand and they will with their right, but they gotta be good with both hands. You have to be that educated in being able to control both sides of your brain, because it is. I mean, Rika too was like, I just have a really hard time going to the right. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing like, well, she's not a good rider, or she's just in the beginning. It's we all felt weird and awkward going one way versus the other way. I had to learn. I went to Europe, and he was like, you always go on the correct diagonal in one way, and always the wrong diagonal the other way. Why? And I said, that's just what I do. That's how I do it. I didn't know I was doing it wrong. I could feel I was on the wrong one, so I would change it. And he was like, why even bother changing it? Just go up on the right one, and it's done. And I thought, again, that's a half out with your legs on idea.
Just do it right the first time.
Exactly, they don't have to switch. Because you're a trainer, you're an example. And it's just mental laziness that you're not paying more attention to that. And from that moment on, I thought, wow, every little detail matters. Because,
To the horse.
exactly, every time I went up on the wrong one, he was out of balance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then I would change it, and then it would take me, 10 strides to get us back under balance.
Right. But that does throw them off a little bit, right?
Totally. Just as when they canter on the wrong lead, we can feel how that doesn't feel right.
Lopsided.
Yeah, and awkward. That's exactly what it feels like. Good, get real rhythm with your seat.
I didn't ask her to do that.
Good. Now your arm. And just focus on the right hind leg trotting. Good. More rhythm in your seat. And more rhythm with your voice. Even as she gets faster, my trainer used to make me ride around with a metronome around my neck. I wasn't on that timing very well. Now. It's amazing how unrhythmically we are when it actually comes down to it. And every time we get out of rhythm, a horse goes above the bit because we're out of balance. Remember, in this direction, you're going to have to feel when it's wrong. You're going to have to wait one more beat when you think you should go up. You have to wait one more beat. Not loud. So we've got good news that you're really great at feeling the left hind leg, right shoulder diagonal. Bad news is we got to equalize out. We have to equal you out. Good news is I've trained 6 horses to Grand Prix, and I had the same problem. Okay, yeah, before I trained the horses, but it's just about practicing. Super. Now, did you feel how you had to wait?
Yeah.
It was like when you wanted to, it was like control yourself and then go.
Well, I was waiting, and then I was waiting too late. I was waiting 2 beats instead of 1.
Right. Look up, feel it. Nope. Yes, very good. Call out a little louder so I can hear it.
Wait.
That was right.
Oh, was? Okay.
Yep, you're good. Wait, oops, that's the wrong one.
That's wrong?
Yep. Good.
Wrong?
Yep, that was good.
Okay.
That was good brain voice control, but it started on the good hind leg and then went to the outside hind leg. That's right. That's right.
Bad.
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, yeah, another beat.
Am I doing it now?
Yeah. Now. Take over.
God damn.
Yes! Very good.
I have to tell myself to rise before I rise.
To rise before you...
My brain telling myself to rise is too late. I mean, I'm telling myself that my body's doing it too late.
Right. You react 1 beat later than your body. Or
Yeah.
you react 1 beat later than your mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's...
That is going to be really, really good for me to work on.
Yeah, that's terrific. Very good job. That's not easy.
And that's good for her to go around and...
And just...
she got really nice.
Yeah, this last part I was like, well, we're not really working on her, but she looks lovely. You know, and she has to get used to...
really nice.
Exactly. She has to get used to you being able to sit on her.
Yeah.
And adjust yourself around.
Right. Well, before when we'd sit, she knew it was going to be the C word.
Exactly. She was like waiting for the canter to go. Sometimes, you know, you want to sit in that canter. And
Yeah.
that's really important for her to learn.
Yeah. Especially since most of the work that we'll be doing, hopefully, will be
In the
sitting
city.
trot.
Exactly.
So now I know why I'm always getting the wrong diagonal on this side. Always saying, check your diagonal, check your diagonal.
I know, I finally, because I teach most of my students almost like every day, and then I'm like, it is not my responsibility to tell you you are on the wrong diagonal. I am giving that responsibility to you. I am done. I quit with the diagonal.
Thank you.
You know, and this is part of that. I mean, really, if you don't know how to feel it, you can't feel it.
Yeah.
You just sort of hope and pray, like, well, I think I'm on the right one, or I hope I go up on it.
Well, I always have to put my head down to look, and then when I put my head down, we lose our balance, and we have to get all organized again. And in a test, when you're testing that,
Right.
I have a question. I've read someplace where when you're going across the diagonal in a test, that you change that. And then that you change your weight when you get to the long line. And then your balance, you change that. And then I've done it that way because to me it's smoother to do it. Because I'm working at trying to keep her straight.
Right.
And to wait till I get to the rail to change. And then I had a judge tell me that you're supposed to change. On my test it said you're supposed to change that.
No.
So the judge was wrong. Okay.
Actually, classically.
Oh, I don't need that. That's not mine. I don't need that. Where'd you find it? Oh. Then I bet this was less.
Classically, you should change at the end of the long side, or the end of the diagonal.
Okay.
To make a test look pretty, I sometimes change at X if I have a horse that's good balance.
Right.
With a young horse, it's really, I have one that I showed last year that was really hot.
I brought
Really
one.
like.
This must be Leslie's.
Oh, I
So
can
I
take
may
it
give
back.
it to you,
Okay.
yeah, because I